North Korea civil war, Kim scrambles to avoid uprising as family monuments targeted. S leader has ordered an increase in security at such sites to stop more hostile elements to face the statues and murals. Increasing numbers of bronze figures and paintings have been produced in honor of the three Kim leaders as the current despot tries to piggyback on the popularity of previous rulers. But with famine and starvation frequently sweeping the country, citizens are furious at the imbalance in the country, and there is a growing anger at Kim and his one-party government. In particular, citizens are frustrated at the increased focus on nuclear weapons and war when they and their families are going hungry and have taken aim at the monuments in protest. One citizen told a South Korea-based news agency security lighting was now being used to stop anyone attacking the statues or other monuments. He said, "Agencies have constantly been saying use lights to illuminate statues and paintings of the three generals of the Mount Piku bloodline and thoroughly care for them to ensure that hostile elements cannot damage them." And a Japan-based expert confirmed disgruntled North Koreans were targeting the statues as symbols of the state's problems. Professor Toshimitsu Shigemuro of Waseda University told The Telegraph, "There have been reports of incidents targeting these statues and monuments to the Kim family, particularly in the more remote areas of the country. And, in comparison with the past, these incidents are becoming more frequent." He said Kim was losing support from everyday North Koreans, especially among the younger generations. Professor Shigemura said, "Local authorities have no choice but to increase security around these monuments because it could cost them their jobs, or worse, if such protests begin to spread." Younger generations of North Koreans have little respect for Kim Jong-un, and we are beginning to see that come to the surface. Despite all his promises, Kim Jong-un has had no significant successes, and the people know it. People want food and better living standards, they do not care about nuclear weapons and missiles, and they are asking why so much is being spent on them when they are hungry. And Kim is coming under fire on the home and international front, with pressure mounting on the despot after saber-rattling against the US and its allies. It comes as U.S. Defense Secretary Jim Mattis said he could not imagine the U.S. ever accepting a nuclear North Korea, warning that its rapidly advancing nuclear and missile programs would undermine, not strengthen, its security. Mr. Mattis warned Pyongyang that its military was no match for the U.S.-South Korean alliance, and that diplomacy was most effective when backed by credible military force. Ramping up tensions, he said, "Make no mistake, any attack on the United States, or our allies, will be defeated." And any use of nuclear weapons by the North will be met with a massive military response that is both effective and overwhelming. Ahead of a meeting with Mr. Mattis in Seoul, South Korea's President Moon Jae-in said aggressive deployment of U.S. strategic assets on the Korean peninsula had effectively deterred North Korea. Several U.S. warships have been edging closer to the Hermit Kingdom as part of military drills to warn Kim Jong-un of their potential and prepare for a potential nuclear strike. Mr. Mattis was shown into North Korea from a lookout post during a visit to the Inter-Korean Demilitarized Zone, DMZ. There his South Korean counterpart Sung Young-moo described Kim Jong-un's artillery and said, "Defending against this many LRAs, long-range artillery, is infeasible in my opinion. He called for the U.S. to come up with strategies to offensively neutralize North Korea's threat. Mr. Mattis said Kim Jong-un was leading North Korea to build a nuclear arsenal to threaten others with catastrophe. He said the Trump administration would do all it could to make the despot leader stop its nuclear development. America's aim was not war with North Korea but complete denuclearization of the Korean peninsula.